Okay, good morning, class. Welcome you all to today's class. I believe that in the last class you understood what we did. A design form, a registration form, and I believe that in that class we understood how the forms are being designed. Abi? Right? Good. Now, what we are going to look at today in today's class is that we are going to look at how to create a table. How to create a table in HTML. I get my point. How to create a table in HTML. Now, for me to achieve that, we have to dive in immediately. Like I'm using a notepad for this class so that it can bring out the brightness of the code. So if I open my notepad, this is my notepad. First of all, I'm going to enter this HTML structure of this code, of the HTML structure. The HTML structure. Now this is the HTML structure. Okay, this HTML structure now is important that we write it is the first thing to be done whenever I want to code in HTML. Okay, this structure now is what we enhance the code, we guide the code to work. If these structures are not there, your code will not work. I get my point. All right, so I'm going to include the title of this page. The title of this page, I'm just going to put a table because we are doing table today. I'm just going to put table. Then just I've already taught you how to save. You have already saved yours, right? So now let me save mine. I'm going to save mine as table2 table.html. Please, when you are saving this document, be mindful. I've told you that before. Don't separate words. Maybe let's say you say table space, you now give class. It is wrong. Okay, we don't do this. It is only in MS Word you can do this kind of a thing. Okay, you separate the words like that, but in coding like this, what we do, we put underscore. You see the underscore there. If you want to add 2 names or 3 names, you put what? Table underscore. All of this now will make it 1 name, but there are 2 names there. I get my point. Table underscore HTML. But if at all you don't want to include HTML here, all you need to do here, you see here we have save type. Under the save type here, you can just navigate here. You select all, but it's not showing here anyway. Assuming it's another, I'm using another tool, it's supposed to show. It will not show different languages I am using to save. I want to use to save this document. I get it, but since it's not showing there, I'll just include .html just to identify that this is an HTML script. Okay, then I will look for my folder where I'm going to save this document. I have Fulafia here. This is where I'm working with Fulafia. Then I will save it inside. So once I save, that means on the folder, in the folder I mean to say, once I save, you see it appearing like a browser. This becomes a web page now. I get my point. This becomes my web page. Now, if I code, all I need to do, can we double click this and open in your folder? Open it, open the folder. In your folder, double click the one you have already saved, the web page you have already saved. Double click it. Now, if you code, all you need to do is to refresh, save, and then refresh your page. This is your refreshing page point. If I type A here, I will press Ctrl S and then go back and press A. You see the A appearing here. Now, if I type B, I did not save it. I did not press Ctrl S. So I went to my browser and I refreshed. Did it appear? No, it didn't appear. That is because I did not save this one that I have already entered. So on any corrections you make, you save and then you go to your refreshing point and then you refresh. I think that was the same problem that you were having. Did you save and refresh?
So when I do Ctrl F, it will ask me to extend it.
Don't worry, after now we'll check. I will know the reason why it's like that. Welcome. All right. So our main aim is to see how we can create a table today. That is our main aim. To see how we can create a table in HTML. Now, a table is not a new thing to all of us here, or to many. I get now. To many, a table is not anything. Everybody knows what is called a table. If you go to Microsoft Word now, you can just go to Insert, then click on Table, then you now generate the table just like that. The table will now appear on your page. But in HTML, the way we generate a table is by code. You have to write the code for that table to appear. I get my point. For that table to appear, you have to write what? The code. Now, in a table, we have two different things. We have the rows and what? The columns. We have the rows and the columns. Okay? Now, you need to understand that a row is different from a column, but a row carries the whole columns. I get my point now. The rows comprises the whole columns. Like if I have like 5 columns, that is to say the rows will cover the whole what? 5 columns. That is what we are saying. Now, there are tags for this. There are tags for this. You have to open a table tag. You have to open a table tag and then a closing table tag as well is important. Table tag and then a closing table tag. A table tag and then a closing table tag. Now, to continue with this, there are some parameters I need to add in this table. Because in a table, you will see something like, you will see border, the border, then you will see line. If it is CSS now, you can just say table and then the border lines will appear. But here we are going to determine the border using the HTML code, the space and the padding. We're going to do that so that the way it's appearing will be seen in the way it's appearing. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do, I will determine the width of this table. The width of this table, let me just put 50%. Okay, yes, the width of the table, let me put 50%, or let me put 80%, and I will put border. The border is equals to 1. Then I will involve cell spacing. Cell spacing is equals to 0. Then I will include cell padding. Cell padding is equals to 2, and then that will be all for now. Let me stop there. Or I will say align is equals to center. That is to say this table is going to be aligned to center. Okay, now the width is what? The size, the length in which it will cover. That is the width. So we are making it to be 80%. The border is the line that will be showing on the table. Are you getting me? The cell spacing is the space that will come behind the border to create more space. Then the padding, the cell padding is the padding. It will create space inside the write-up of the cell. or of the column to give more space between the words and the table border. Are you getting my point now? In CSS, we just have what we call padding, but in HTML now we have what we call cell padding. I get my point now. So these are the two different things. So in case whereby you don't want to use cell padding in HTML, you can just include style and then put padding and then do your thing and then go away. But if you want to just use strictly go on HTML code, you can just put cell padding and then put your thing and then you go your way. You understand? So these two things, they are different things. But most persons prefer opening a table tag and then using CSS to determine these parameters. I get my point now. Okay, that is good. So we proceed. So now, after determining these table parameters, what we are going to see next is another tag called TR. Is another tag called TR. Please pay attention because this table is very complicated to some people. I will do some people will say they don't understand. That's because you need to follow up how it is being done. Okay, TR here we see it as what? Table role. That is a tag for table role. Then we have another one here. We have TH. TH means table head. Means what? Table head. That is to say, if I open TH and I close my TH, let's say I am given a table. They gave me a table, 5 rows, and then 5 columns. 5 rows, 5 columns. Whereby I have name, I have a department, I have course, I have gender, and then I have what again? Course of study, something like that. That means I need to put this thing in the head, table head, such that it will be originally automatically it will be bolded. I get my point. Let me show you something different. If I put here, let's say name, and I come here, I put something like TD. I put TD and I put name. Now, if I run this now, you see the difference. What do you see? Eh? And now I'm coming. What do you see? It's separated. One is bolded. One is not. The other is not bolded. Are you not seeing? You said the other one is bolded. The other one is not bolded. Now that is what the table head does. The table head does. It bolds the first table heading that you are going to be using on your design or whatever you want to do. That's what the table head does, which is TH. I get it now. Why the TD is what? Table data. Table data. That is what it means. If you can see there, you use it to what? Impute what? Details in the column. We call it columns. I get my point. It's called columns. So that is to say that this TH, now I'm going to create this TH like TH. After name, I will have what? Department. Then I'll close the TH. Then I'll have another one, TH. I will have course of study. I'll close the TH. Then I will have TH. Then I will have how many have I written? I will have yes, it will appear accordingly. It's going to appear accordingly. Don't worry, let me finish, you will see the way it will appear. Alright? Hold on, just hold on, let me finish, you will see the way it will appear. Course of study. Then let's say for instance I involve here course. Then let me just put here gender, lastly th, and then date of birth. Close my th. Now the row tr that was open at the first will be closed down here. I get my point. The first tr here that was open will be closed down here. Now the whole of this now signifies one row. The whole of that now makes one row. Why the details here are columns. That is to say we have column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, and then column 5. Are you getting it on? That is to say we have 5 columns, 1 row here. Are you understanding me? 5 columns, 1 row. So the whole of this now becomes 1 row. That's if I run this now, you are going to see how it's going to appear. Did you see that? This is the way it's appear with bolding. That is the head I have created. So if you are asked to create a table like this now, you create it with a bold, with a heading. Is it? I sure know it's like that. Wow, you know this issue of row used to confuse people so much. Like this is column. Like this is column. Straight like this is, these are columns. Then the whole of like this is a row. You get the point now. But assuming there's marker now, I would have illustrated this thing before now. But there's no marker. All the students used to come, we used to argue these issues. Because they are always confused. When I tell them to identify the row, they will identify this one like that. This one is a row. Or like this is a row. This is a row. Then vertical is what? Is the column. So that is this. How to get about the heading. Now the question is, how do I enter my table details now? So I need to enter the name of the person, the department of this person, the course study of this person, the gender, and the date of birth. Right? Then, after creating that, this one has been created. I will now come down below again and open a fresh row. Open what? A fresh row, which is TR, and then begin my table data, which is TD. Then I will start Johnson, Mike. I will leave it TD. Here will be Salome, Ada. Then this one will be sorry, I made a mistake. Department. This would have been department. This is department. This will be computer science. Why the next one is course of study? So you are going to put BSc, computer science. The next one is going to be what? Gender. This is John, right? Mike. So it's going to be what? A male. Then the next one is going to date of birth. Date of birth now is going to be 2nd 2000. Then after that, I will now close the TR that was open at the top there, which is this one here. All right. So I have created another second row now, okay, with the data inside. With the data inside. So if I have this now, you see the details of this person. Okay? Are you getting the point now? So now let's enter another. Let's say we enter Benedict's data now. Let's enter Benedict's data. We come again, we start another what? We start another TR, another row, then we enter the TD, then this is going to be, sorry, this is going to be Benedict. Benedict. Benedict James. Then we'll close the TD. Then the TD. Going to have department. We put accounting. Next one, we put BSc accounting. The next one, we now put we now have it to be May. Then dates of birth. We now put May 3/2003. Then we'll close our what? Our TR. So we have created another 3 columns. So we can now say we have 3 rows here and what? How many columns now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So when you continue like this now, at this point, we now say that we are what? Create a table. This is how to create a table using HTML. Now, another thing I would love to introduce to you is that there's what we call CoSpan. There's what we call CoSpan. The CoSpan now is that in Microsoft Word, we refer it as merge. You merge 2 cells together. That is to say, the name and accounting, they will become 1 column. Why? You can still say, let May and date of birth become 1 column. You get the point? Let it become 1 column. In that, we call it CoSpan. We call it CoSpan. Now, how do we do that? How do we do that? Now, if I am to CoSpan this, I'm going to enter, let's say for instance, they say CoSpan this Benedict James and accounting. Let them, 2 of them become what? 1 column. Okay? How am I going to achieve that? How I'm going to achieve that is this now. Now, I'm going to do away with 1 column here. Are you getting me? I'm going to do away with 1 column here, which is what? Accounting. And maybe I want the name, both names to be together. I'm going to cut this name here and then add here and put an accounting. Are you getting now? An accounting. Then I will remove that column there. The next thing I'm going to do here now, I'm going to come to this TD and then hit my space button, and then I will now write the word CoSpan. How many cells am I going to merge? Am I merging? 2 cells. So I'm going to indicate CoSpan equals to what? 2. And then I will save. Then I will come back and refresh. At this point, you can see that this one all has become just 1 column. Any confusion? I should do it again? Go. Now, let's say now I want to make the name and the date of birth, this one now, to become 1. Okay? What I'm going to do now is this. I will come to May. Either I do away with May or I do away with this. I get my point. But first of all, Seeing the date is going to be there too, I'm going to cut this and add it to what? To the main part. And maybe I'll put and this. And then I'll do away with what? With this one. That one has gone. Then I'll come to the cell here, hit my space button, and then put cospan equals to how many? 2. Then I will close, and then that becomes 1 column. That is say now in this third row we just have how many columns? Just 3. While the rest are carrying 5 columns. Are we getting the point now? We just have 3. Okay. Let's say for instance, they say now board accounting or board. Let me take it up. They say board accounting or board computer science as a course of study. Now I will now come here now. I will add another tab called B tab, which is what? Board. I'll add here and bring board, and then that's it. So this one now will be bolded. So the B tag, as it is here, we see it as what? A bold tag. It is used to bold a text. Can you get my point? It is used to bold a text, but since we are not bolding anything there, I can decide to just leave it away. And another thing said, I want you to color this, and maybe insert an image in the content. Is that possible? Yes, it is possible. Let's use first row, for example. First row. They say give the heading. This is the heading. I want to give the heading color. How is that possible? Then I'll put what we call the BG color equals to sky blue. There you see that the cell there now has been colored. So if they ask you now color the whole cell, let all of them have this same color. All you need to do is to put the BG color in between the TH tag. Then you have this done. You see that? Are you following? Good. Now I have followed this part now with a background. So all of them having their own specific background. Now let me add another cell, another row. Let me add another row here. Let me add another row. Go down. I'll open TR, and then I'll have TD, and then I will have name Salome Ada. Then I will close the. Then I will have the TD. Then we'll have this. This is going to be department. We put economics. Next one is going to be BSc accounts. Then the next one should be female. The next one will be now date of birth, which is going to be 7/1/1998. Then I'll close my TR. That's it. And after that, I will now save another one. As I insert another one, it did not obstruct this one. Sure, you are seeing it. It didn't obstruct it. This one still maintain, and it still continue with what? 5 row columns. Are you getting my point? Now, let's say for instance again, I just want to co-span it to have the entire columns or the entire rows one column. I want to make all of this one, all these columns will not be there, all of them will turn to one column. Is it possible? Yes. What I'm going to do there is that I'm going to open a TR again, TR, which is another row, and then I'll paste this. Then I can just come here and then type co-span. How many columns do we have? How many columns do we have? 5. So in that co-span, I'm going to make it 5 and then close my TR and then refresh. So the entire row will turn to plain. You have nothing inside. So that is how to co-span that. Are we clear? Joshua, are you with me? Good. So let's say for instance again, I want to insert an image. I want to insert an image inside this last one. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. Huh? Huh? Which hand? This one? Yes, I'm the one that puts that hand. I wrote that hand such that to differentiate between the male and the female, or I could have still put slash. You get? I could have still involved, make it to be slash. Look at it here. If I don't want it, I will remove it and put slash. You get my point? And the one that wrote that hand is not automatically from there. You see? Are you confused? This and here, I'm the one that wrote. Look at this one too, has and. Yes, the co-span is carrying just one column. Initially, you know, this one was having 5 data. I removed the second one and moved the account. The second one was bearing accounting, right? I moved the accounting to the first data table data. Then I include and. I added and just to separate both the names and what the accounting. Then I remove the cell. I remove that data set from here. You get the point? Good. So that is that. So I want to add another thing here, which is image. Is it possible for me to add an image? If you look at my folder, it has no image. Did you see image here? There's no image there. That means I'm going to look for your image and come and drop in inside this folder, because I cannot insert an image from another location. I get my point now. So if somebody asks me of this code now, I copy the code and give the person now. The person will not see the image. I get it now, but it will be seeing the notification or the sign that this particular point on this code is supposed to be image, but the image is not appearing. If the image is not appearing, that means the part of that image is not there. I get my point. So I'm going to look for image, a very simple image. Let me pick a very simple image. Let me look for one. I think I should get one here. Gallery. Good. Let me pick this. I'll copy this. I'll take it back to my code, to my folder. This is my folder now. I'll indicate it here. All right. Now the name of this image now is what? Image 4. Take notes. This is another thing I'm teaching you now. The name of this image is image 4. Now, if you look at the type of this image is called JPG. Image have different types. We have JPEG, we have JPG, we have PNG. You understand? There are different types. But then if you are uploading an image on a web development, on a web page, you need to consider the type. It matters a lot. If you don't put it, it will not upload. I get my point. So you need to consider it and the name. So for me to do that now, since this image is inside my folder now, I can now operate. I will go to here. I'll open a tab called img. I'll give a space. Then I'll have what we call source. SRC is called source. That is the location, which is and the name. Inside the source, I will now put image 4.jpg. Why? Because this image, why? Because this image is what? Name is image 4 and the type of the image is what? JPG. And that is why you see I put image 4 dot what? JPG. So after that, I will now put this. I will now save. Now go to my web browser and then I will refresh. You see the image is inside the cell. And that's what it makes the cell to be very big now. I have my point now. So is it possible I can reduce? Yes. I will go back to my image here. Then from here, I'll begin the reduction. Then I can just say width 10%, height 10, let them all be the same thing, 10%. Then I will save. Then I'll come up and then I'll reduce. Did you see that? So this is how to insert an image into the cell of a table. So you can do this. I get my point? Any question? Let me not continue to choke you people more. So just go and understand this one, right? So from the beginning here, you see what it is. Any question? Okay, let me hear you. The name of the what?
The name of the image.
Yes. The name of the image, which is here. You said the table row. This is the table row now. Yes.
No, no. So you want to make
You want to put the image, the name on top of the image. Okay. If I want the name to appear on top of the image, that is to say, I must bring this name like this. This name has to come behind. After that, I will now put break. Did you get? The name has to come behind. Then after that, you put what? Break. Or I can still say, let the name, let it remain where it is. This is where it was before. Then I can involve. But if I put break here, it will go down to go below. You see, to go below. So whichever way you want, you can just make it. Then you put it behind here, and then you put a break before the what? The image tag. Okay? Then the name will go up. Then you can still position it right. If you want it to be at the right hand side, then you can still put a line equals to right. Then it will move to the right. Simple as that. You get the logic. Hmm?
So you want to create an image of your display or something.
You want to do what?
I created a row for images.
Yes, if you want to create a row for images, you can still do that.
You still follow this same process.
This same process.
Or you different,
You follow the same process to create a role and then insert image. Is that not what you're saying? This same process. But you know that this role entirely is co-span to 5. It's merged. The role is merged. So if you are asked now to put an image in every cell here now, you can as well do that. So which is going to be our assignment? We are going to populate 10 rows and 10 columns. 10 rows, 5 columns, I'm going to say. 10 rows, 5 columns. And then fill it with any of the details you want. Then 10 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Then 5 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here I just have only how many rows here? I just have, this first one is not included. That first one is just like a heading. Yeah? It will not be counted as your 10 row, and you include number 1. You have to number it serially. I know people want to ask questions now. How is it possible? It is possible. You number it serially. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. After the numbering, then you can begin with the name. You can put S/N. You come first, then name, department, course of study, or any kind of heading you want to use to populate your own. No problem. Then co-span. I'm going to take notes now. Co-span the first row. Co-span on the first row, co-span first, second column and the third column. On the first row, that is number 1 row, co-span second column and the third column. On the fourth row,
create 10 rows and 5 columns.
Yes, create 10 rows and 5 columns. Fill in the fields of your choice, and then on row 1, which is row 1, co-span the second column. I mean to say co-span the second column and the third column. The second column and the third column. Co-span the second column and the third column. On the fourth row, co-span the third column, fourth column, and the fifth column. Co-span the third column, the fourth column, and the fifth columns. That is on the fourth row. On the last row, which is row 10, co-span the entire row, co-span the entire column, and insert an image. Co-span the entire column and insert an image. That is on the last row, which is row 10. Co-span the entire column and insert what? An image. And let your heading carry a background, just like this one. Let your heading carry a background color on it. Okay? Are you with me? Background color. Carry the background color. Yes, row 10. Co-span the entire column and insert an image on it. Then let me teach you another thing.
Before that one, you said something related to this involvement.
Which one?
This thing,
This name.
like you said, the heading.
The-
That thing.
I say you should not count this one as number one. This one should stand as a heading. That means all your rows is going to be 11. When you are writing a table, when you are populating student name details, abi, did you count the heading as number one, the row? The heading is a different thing.
From me to
The heading is a different thing, right? Then from number one, that is where your row begins to count. You get? Yes, it's going to be 6. That means it's going to have 6 columns now. Once you add a serial number. Do you understand what he's saying? He's saying that once you add serial number now, it's going to be 6 columns. Yes. Once you add serial number now, it's going to be 6 columns. Because we are going to have S/N before the name, before the department. All right. It's okay. All right. It's okay. Hello.
Now, these six like these are rows. Like these are columns.
That means I'm going to have 6 people.
You are going to have now 6 columns, and now you have 10 rows. Because by the time you have serial number now, John's mark is going to be number 1. Number 2, Bernard is going to be number 2. Salomon is going to be number 3. Then this one is going to be number 4. So altogether now you are going to have 6 columns. Wait, it's okay.
Are you still confused?
It's like the heading is it a road or a column? From heading, like from the heading.
From heading like this, they are rolled. Yes. Then from like this, once it begins like this, it's now a column.
That means we are going to have 6 columns.
6 rows.
Okay. No. 6 columns.
Yes, 10 rows. Yes. All right. That will be all for today. You said the serial number.
No.
It's assignment I gave you. So
And they know.
I want me to teach him everything.
I already know that.
You can just put TH S/N, right? Then you close your TH. Here now is going to scatter my work somehow. You see that? So this is how it's supposed to be. Because here you see that here the whole of this place is why? Because it is not rhyming with others. That's the reason.
My question after that
Mm.
was, so you can add an image on it.
Yes, now you can add image.
Instead of putting it in the same one way.
You can add image on its own column. Just like I have image like this. I only put Salome here. Maybe this is the name of this man. You get? I just have to include the name. Alright? That is just how it is. So any other question, if you are confused, you can just drop a message in the group. We will respond to that what? To the question. That will be all for today. So thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, this is a code.